So right here we got 3 different types of wrestlers, right? We got a technical wrestler like Kurt Angle, we got an entertainer wrestler like John Cena, and we got a performer like Shawn Michaels. So as we know, Kurt Angle is arguably one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time, if not the best. John Cena is the greatest entertainer of all time, in my opinion. And Shawn Michaels is the greatest performer of all time. There's no doubt about it. But can we stop the narrative that if one wrestler does the same thing as another, that they're just trash in the ring? Because that is like literally cap, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. You don't have to do backflips and do all this crazy shit just to be a good wrestler, bro. We're going out there to entertain the fan at the end of the day. People be trying to talk down on other types of wrestlers because they don't do certain types that they're used to seeing. And it's crazy. Because ever since wrestling has evolved into like doing super kicks and all that and backflips all the time, everybody assumes that when you're not doing backflips and all that, you're just automatically trash. And it just never still right with me. Because if you go back and watch the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era, there wasn't that much high flyers doing super kicks and all that shit like that. Motherfuckers was going out there to entertain the fan and put on just matches. But when we got towards the PG era, going into the current era, shit like that, a lot of wrestlers nowadays does backflips, super kicks, front somersaults, moonsaults, all, which is cool to see. But not everybody has to do that to be a good wrestler. I'm sorry to tell you. John Cena has put on some of the greatest matches we've ever seen with his limited moveset. People like Shawn Michaels, who does a little bit of everything, has put on some of the greatest matches we've ever seen. People like Kurt Angle has put on some of the greatest matches we've ever seen as a technical wrestler. And that's what I'm saying. As long as you can entertain the fan and land the moves the right way, there should be no reason why people should be calling you trash, especially when you're a known name in the WWE, like any of these 3 right here. Don't get me wrong. There's other people in the WWE that's known. I'm just using these 3 as an example because people think people like John Cena is trash in the ring because he's not a technical wrestler like Kurt Angle or a performer like Shawn Michaels or a high flyer like Rey Mysterio. Then you got people that's like Kurt Angle who people think is trash because he doesn't do super kicks and all that crazy shit. Then you got people like Shawn Michaels who doesn't do that much technical wrestling like how Kurt Angle does, where sometimes he gets criticism for that. And I just never understood that. So can we stop the narrative that because one wrestler does a certain amount of moves that they're just trash? Because it's cap, bro. I'm sorry. John Cena is a great wrestler, whether y'all want to believe it or not. Great entertainer. Kurt Angle is probably the greatest technical wrestler of all time, in my opinion. And Shawn Michaels is the greatest performer of all time. So let's stop trying to talk down on the people that's like entertaining wrestlers, like Cena, calling them trash in the ring because they don't do all these crazy ass moves that y'all used to seeing nowadays. Because if y'all grew up in the Attitude Era days or the Ruthless Aggression Era, y'all wouldn't be seeing none of that crazy shit that y'all see now. I'm sorry to tell you.